Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. As the title suggests, General Hospital's misunderstood character Harrison Ford. Harrison Chase. Wow. Um, for people that don't know, I'm doing this whole Blade Runner series that's going on. And of course, Blade, the first one, had Harrison Ford in it, so that's why. Anyway, point is, Harrison Chase, right? He's public enemy number one. Why? I know, I know, and I know. I was just like, that didn't come out right. But I feel like he's been misunderstood. It's mostly because I hate weather, blah 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 blah. We're gonna get into all that. Gonna get into all that tonight. Ed is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Jay Blue is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Sean is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ron is in the chat. How you doing tonight? So we got a lot to talk about. Eagle Nikki Revolt of Revolt of Victor only lasted one episode. Victor screaming at her, told her to get out, and she crawled back just because it was Christmas. Eagle, I love it. He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. Crystal is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Uh, Harrison Ford. My goodness. It's gonna be a fun stream tonight. It's gonna be a fun stream tonight. He, as the only thing with Chase was that he was only focusing on Michael when he said they had suspects. Yes. Harrison Ford is a great actor. Amy H in the chat. How you doing tonight? How are you doing, Amy? I hope everyone is having a lovely Christmas Eve. And I'm not gonna lie, it was difficult doing this live stream tonight, just because, like I said, it was so busy at my job. I was so busy at my job. I didn't forget to talk about Eli and Lonnie. Bro, the live stream only started like 3 minutes ago. Relax. What about Lonnie and Eli? Yeah, they showed up, and they do that every year. Once a year, they show up to take up airtime, oxygen, and space, and then they go away, and people totally forget about them. The end. Yeah, it was. He's the what? I mean, yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy, and of course, get out of work at 3. I'm getting home to like 4. I'm watching all the soap operas. So, and I'm doing the review. It was a lot. It was a lot. But I am determined to get it done. So I was like, what, listen, hell come high water. I'm going to sit there and try to do a live stream tonight. As said, Peter Blake came in with a bang. I hope we get more of him. Here's my thing. What the Black Mod, aka Mr. GQ's in the chat. How you doing tonight? I was sitting and say it was definitely interesting. It was definitely had a lot of suspense. It was intense. Okay, on Days of Our Lives, and I enjoyed that. Right, I enjoyed that. Okay, I enjoyed that way more than them sitting there trying to take cups and dig a hole to fucking China. Um, so I enjoyed that. Now Jay Blue says, "Am I the only one not emotionally invested in Trina's reaction to Portia's Mila? If she was younger and grew up with Curtis, it might hit differently." We're gonna get to that too. You gotta talk about that. her apology to Jordan. I feel like Jordan let her off way too damn easily. Personally, I really did. I'm doing good, Black Mon. I survived today, so that was good. That was very important. I was very happy to survive. Every time the holidays come, it never gets old with your sarcasm, with my sarcasm about Eli and Lonnie. Well, you know they come in like the wind. They come in, and I mean, here's my whole thing. Uh, for me, it was good, Justin. For me, I wasn't around during the Eli and Lonnie days, right? So like, I could respect that they're there for the longtime fans, um, and that's cool. They just don't hit with and they don't really do anything that's like, it's like they literally come in for fanfare. Exactly, they come in for fanfare. You know, Jordan knew where Trina was coming from. That's why she was understanding. It still pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. It still pissed me off. See, it's maybe this is me. That's true, J. Blue. That's actually that I agree with. That I agree. And I understand where you're coming from. Like, and that's a logical explanation. It just from an emotional standpoint, it just bothered me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just like the way she was acting. I wouldn't have been mad if she had a little bit of resentment. You know? Oh no, you don't have to sit there and you don't have to sit there and apologize. What's good, Spider Quake? Yes, happy Merry Christmas Eve. Um, hope you had a good day. Do you trust Peter Blake? Well, I mean, obviously not. No. I mean, after what we saw, why would I? I like Eli and Lonnie, but I wish they let them come in sometimes to help out and invest. Yeah, exactly. Have them do something other than just them being there. What's good, Kevin? Um, yeah, having them come in and actually do something other than just being there for, you know, specifically fanfare, It was good, Valerie. It's been way too long since I've seen you. How have you been? Would it be Evan fall on that went in his chest? That's a damn good question, Spider Quake. I'm honest, tell you, I'm glad I'm not the only person that actually thought about that. Now, okay, I'm not gonna lie, it is possible. Um, Spider Quake, Kristen hit him from behind, and he fell forward. Okay, he fell forward. He hit him from behind, and he fell forward. So he could have fell on a bone or something. I'm sitting thinking about it now because I watched it this morning. And I was like, and I saw the same thing. I was like, but he fell forward though. So going back to Curtis and not even celebrating with TJ, he don't exist. He don't exist anymore. Exactly, Jay Blue. I was like, yo, Valentine's slipping. Valentine's slipping hard. Like, bro, you're supposed to be espionage. Like, 1 second, Ron. Spikewick says, I get Rafe don't like EJ, but he was doing too much today. Trying to blame EJ and threaten him, saying his time is coming. Like, damn, jump that foul. Yeah, and that's the thing though, Spider-Quake, like, this is before our time of actually watching the show. Um, are you excited? Are you excited bringing back RJ Forrester? I don't know about excited, but like, oh, are excited. Okay, that's you. What's your take on that in court? Because Kristen and Peter Blake. What's your take on the tension? Um, I don't really have a take because, like, well, I don't even really understand what you're saying. What's your take on a tense encounter because of Kristen and Blake? I mean, I don't know them too well, so I don't really have um Wars 800 says I like that Carly brought Charlotte to see Valentine at the end. I thought that was a nice Christmas gift. Yeah, she was playing Mrs. Claus. And was good, and I'm glad to actually have you here tonight. I usually see you in the comment section, so it's good that you cicada is is it cicada? I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it wrong now. I didn't say beyond the gates I will later, but what happened today all I heard was Vernon sung to Anita. That was about it. That was about it. And Nicole, here's my whole thing. Nicole wanted to sit there and tell. Nicole wanted to sit there and tell. Um, do you feel Chase should have been fired or suspended? I don't think he should have been either because I mean it was a gray area, like he said. I mean, here's the thing. I know people don't like the fact that Chase is going against the police department and everything like that, but like you said, he knows the law. It's nothing that he is doing that's illegal. And in all reality, he sat there and said, listen, if I should lose my badge, you should lose your badge too, Dante. So no, I don't think he should have been fired or suspended. He did what he felt was right, you know? Now, they may not have liked it because it might have been a bad look or whatever, but like, he didn't technically do anything for me personally to say that either one of them, either one of them. I didn't see, yeah, I mean, yeah, and Nicole, that's my whole thing. Like, when, first of all, the fact that Ted sat there and believed Leslie about this affair was stupid. So what does he go and do? He goes and tells Nicole, and Nicole tells Danny. So today they were about to sit there and tell, you know, Anita that Vernon's not there sleeping around with Sharon in front of everybody. Nicole said that. And I'm like, Nicole, you're a fucking psychiatrist. Like, what do you mean you're gonna just blurt that in front of everyone? Until Vernon starts singing. And then they look stupid as hell. Um Other than that, it was nothing that was really major that wound up happening other than Vernon singing. That was it. Um, I swear, I feel like there's times where it's like Beyond the Gates to do something. We'll do things that's so stupid that you're just like, how does this show somebody online referred to Kai as Trina's emotional support pole? Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, surprised that Ted took Leslie's word as gospel given what she did to his life. Also, given who she is, given what kind of person she is, this is the same type of chick that will sit there and get money from somebody to go and pay bills, and then she'll go out and buy like expensive hats and coats and stuff like that. Like this chick does not sit there and think in a logical way. So like, why would you take? And also, when when Ted listened to what she said, he was like, "Yo, all this stuff is hearsay." Like, what are you talking about? Okay. They went in a room together. Okay. He said that I don't want anybody else to know what we're doing. Okay. That's a lot of innuendos, but that's not facts or anything. So you took that same thing that you practically laughed in her face and then sat there and said, oh, um, let me go and tell Nicole this, even though I didn't believe it myself. How the fuck does that make sense? Now, Spider-Quake says Chase is a hypocrite, though he's blaming the PCP for only going after Willow, but Chase is only going after Michael, so I'm glad he suspended everything he's blaming Michael about Chase is doing. Okay, well, I'm glad you're happy. So if you're happy, then well, I'm not happy about it. I'm pretty much sitting there saying that fuck the PCPD, and listen, fuck Dante too, because like he said, even on a subconscious level, you are only sitting there doing this. You're only sitting there going after Willow. You know why he said that? He said that. One second, Ron. He said that. Oh, you're not even asking me a question. Never mind. He said that because he was like, listen, you messed up a long time ago with Michael, and now you're subconsciously protecting him. Now, Ed says ICB&B let Remy and Deke have one more scene and didn't follow up. Yeah, and we talked about that. We talked about that. I think this weekend. You made up. You made a good point. You was like, "What's the point of sitting there having these gay characters on? You're just going to sit there and fucking Thanos them. Like, what's the point of that?" Which, by the way, I'm not going to talk about it because I'm going to see it. I'm going to see the trailer tonight, and then we could talk about it on Friday. And I knew I forgot to do something, but I didn't have time to sit there and watch it today. No, I heard what you're saying, Spider Quake. That's exactly, yeah. I didn't necessarily disagree with you about that. Um, but going after Michael is one of those things, especially when he knows that his alibi is full of baloney. So yeah, he could have sat there and went after Curtis, but he started off with Michael because Michael was also on the suspect list. And like he said, Dante is not there shielding him from the cops going after Michael. The prosecutors going after Willow. PCP gave the evidence. Monique, it's all good. Listen, when you hear, you're on time, and I'm about to sit there and have my damn drink. Um, Monique, it's good to see you. Though. How you been? You gotta catch up on our member streams. This Sunday was actually really fun. I mean, the weekends are always fun, but Sunday ones we're looking at a we're looking at an interesting character. No, I get what you're saying, Spider Quake. You literally okay. You pretty much just kind of said the same thing. He should do that. The problem is he's accusing the PCP of going after Willow. Yes, you just said that. Yeah, Chelsea and Madison storyline has been lackluster. And do you know why? And here's my whole thing. Chelsea is a lackluster character. Let's be honest. I'm pretty sure you have went to high school with a Chelsea. Somebody that's like kind of vapid, kind of in their own little world. Um, we all went to high school with a Chelsea before, right? The sad thing is her most interesting storyline was also somewhat kind of annoying on some level. When she got kidnapped, because her kidnap stuff was probably the best stuff that she did. And the sad thing is, number one, she's still a bad actress. Um, Number two, I just and I felt like Madison actually blew that argument out of proportion. By the way, we gotta talk about what you call it. First of all, before I even sit there and say what I'm going to sit there and say, Um, oh, and we got to talk about that too. Um, fuck. I had an idea of something to talk about, and I totally forgot. Ooh, I like that. Jay Blue says, I did think last night how no one questioned Christina for shooting Drew. She has weapons training too and a motive. Now, Monique says Alexa should have said to Drew, since I can't see my granddaughter, you have 2 weeks to find another attorney. This is what the Daily Recap said, and I agree. Facts. Hell, even Willow sat there and looked at him like, yo, bro, chill. It was like, yo, chill, you doing too much. And for my Beyond the Gates fans, I am really starting to get sick of Naomi's fucking attitude. Okay. Jacob, one second, Spider Quick. Jacob, you know, did this little prank or whatever where he was like, okay, well, your Christmas gift is going to be a monkey or something. And she came in there just being like nasty and rude and said, this ain't, this sucks. You didn't put any thought into it, and da 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 da. And it turned out it was a trip to somewhere, some sort of vacation spot. And then she sat there and was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I've jumped to conclusions. And, the thing about Beyond the Gates is that there's a lot of men on the show that are a bunch of fucking pushovers, right? And Jacob is one of them. And honestly, to tell you the truth, Jacob should have sat there and took that vacation package and just took it right back. Like, nah, girl, because you don't know how to act. I don't know what universe you actually thought that you could sit there and just be talking to your man like that. If he sat there and gave half of that fucking energy, half of that attitude towards her, she would have lost her goddamn mind and like, and the family would have rallied behind her and acted like he was this fucking demon. Yet she comes in, fucking Christmas Eve or whatever, and starts blasting him. Yeah, she apologized afterwards, but I was just like, you fuck your apology. Like Rick says, Albert is so good. You're starting to like Brit again. Her being happy is always good. I think Portia going to get fired, and Brit will be co-chief of staff. Here's the thing about Brit. Brit can be fucking annoying, like I said. And unlike you, I don't cut her any slack. I don't do that. This isn't the Slack channel. Okay? But Brit has a way of when she smiles, she lights up the room. You know? She's had some shit against her. The case says I agree Naomi is an idiot and she's getting on my nerves. Yeah, she and Jacob, I knew that she was gonna be a problem. I knew she was gonna be a problem when Jacob had to sit there and arrest Anita. And she was like, well, you can't stay here tonight. He came back angry. He was like, I'm not sleeping on the couch. I was like, I'm not sleeping on the couch. My back hurts. I was like, wow. You had to have back problems, Zoya, for you to sit there and what fucking nut up? That was the first time. And granted, he had to practically get on his fucking knees to apologize to her. And I was like, okay, you know what? You're starting to be kind of a problem to some extent. So, like I said, Spider Quick, that's just a nice way of cutting her some slack, and that's great. That's great. You're the Slack department for characters that you like, and that's cool. I put my foot on every character's neck, even if I like them, but that's fine. Rick doesn't deserve Jason. I'm starting to agree. As Stefan dad, I think Peter was working with Dimitri because someone was watching. Yes, and that's what I was going to sit there and say. Somebody, and this happened yesterday. Somebody was sitting there watching the house. I mean, somebody was sitting there watching the crap. the family crap or whatever, right? And honestly, to tell you the truth, here's my whole thing with that. If they kill Stefan off screen, that's going to be some lame shit. So who kidnapped the whole Demara family? Yeah, because it wasn't just Peter. Just not really cutting her slack. Like I said, she gets annoying. I would be too if I was being treated like that, but I'm also looking at things from her point of view. That's cool. That's fun. And I respect that. It's always cool to sit there and look at things from both sides. You know, I do that often. Um, Trina acting like a 12-year-old. Parents over her parents' marriage too much. Yes. Boss, Boston girl. Yo, let's everyone say what's up to Boston girl. Got a new person up in the chat. Ariana, I stayed awake to try and catch your stream as Christmas here. Wishing you and everyone in the stream a very Merry Christmas from England. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Ariana. Thank you. And Merry Christmas to you too. I need to see. I can't see. What is it? I want to see the clips of Blade Runner. Yes. Thank you. I got to sit there and put that up tonight. Exactly. Another person from Boston. And thank you for reminding, because I got to do that shit. I'm gonna. I'm not gonna show the latest one. I'm putting that one out, but I will. Thank you for reminding me. When Chase was on the stand, I wish Lexus or Turner would have asked Chase, "Are you still in love with Willow?" Thank you, Sean. It's been fun, and I'm definitely gonna do a season two of it. Um, I got a season finale already for it, so I think you'll like it. So season after I do a couple more things, I will be doing a season two of it. There we go. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. Yes, I got some good stuff coming up, but that's definitely getting a season two. And I got another series after the Blade Runner series that I think you'll like. Like Rick says, I'm upset we gotta wait 2 weeks, and then G's time. In G's time, it may be 2 months. Seriously. You too, Eagle. You too. You Blade Runner shorts is really good. And your version of slapping. Yo, I love that shit. Uh, Yo, listen. Sometimes you got to get answers. And sometimes you got to get answers. And I'm glad you actually are watching it. Seriously, they've been a lot of fun to make. I'm dropping the next one now. Monique says I've been watching your Korean drama soaps. Thank you, Monique. I do plan on doing another season of it. It's going to be a little more focused. Um, they're actually really fun to do that. So thank you. I'm just doing the hashtags for. So I'm not. You should make the shorts longer, like maybe 1 minute. I wish I could. That's what I'm saying, Spider. I wish I could. The program only allows you to do it up to 10 seconds. Like, trust me, if I could, I would make them a minute longer. Like, I really would. I would make them a minute longer if I could. That's like probably like the only bad thing, um, is that they're short. But it's like you gotta maximize um the seconds that you have to sit there and try to get people hooked into it. That's another challenging part. And I'm not ignoring anyone. I'm putting in my hashtags for this stuff because it's like, so do not think I'm ignoring anyone because trust me, I'm not. Also think Sienna is the only is in on the plan to destroy the Newmans. I mean, listen, if that's I'm not gonna lie, if that's the case, that's one hell of a twist. Now Monique says, will Nikki actually follow through on leaving Victor this time? I mean, yes, except for she came back during Christmas. And the thing is, it was really funny. Somebody in the comment section was like, Victor, did you forget to tell Nikki that you kicked her out? It was like he's like, okay, let's just bury the hatchet for Christmas. I was like, why? But thank you for watching Spider Quake. As says on GHS, when Avery finally free from the attic, she will probably be a teenager since Ava out for drinks and having holiday parties. I feel like something else happened this week and I can't think of it. I don't know. Like I said, I feel that you know what? Fuck it. Since most of y'all are here, after this, I'll show y'all some stuff. Like Quick says, Albert, do you think Elizabeth should be co-chief of staff if Portia loses her license? Well, you still got Terry, right? You still have Terry, so there can only be like two chief of staff. So it would just make sense. So it would just be Britt and Terry, unless they decide they want to just remove Terry from the show. But you know that's another thing though. Like with co-chief of staff, like they operate right. Like Terry will operate because she's a doctor. Portia will operate because she's a doctor. Britt will operate because she's a doctor. Liz is a nurse. Liz is like the assist of like that stuff. Terry don't exist. Yeah, Terry don't exist. Chip. What was his name? Chip. Liz can be chief of staff because she is head nurse. I mean, you can get a promotion, but I mean, my whole thing is though she's not a doctor. I don't know if I don't. I mean, granted, imagine Britt and Liz as co-chief of staff. I need that to happen. The scenes will be funny. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Liz will probably start to piss me off. Was good, Jonathan. Likely getting fired, right? But here's the thing, though. I'm surprised that they actually even and just for some of the people that didn't watch. And I'm not ignoring anyone. I promise. Just give me a second. How was Days? I'm gonna talk about that in 1 second. I just want to show some of the people who didn't watch because we're gonna talk about Days. We're gonna talk about Days. But I want to catch some people up on the stuff I have been doing.
Low, I'm coming! Albert, look out! You saved my life. I thought that was it.
It's over. You're safe.
I can't keep pretending I don't feel this, Albert. I love you.
Then let's survive this world together.
Where were you at 2300 last night?
Right here, dancing. Ask the DJ.
Don't lie to me, Liara. I got you on cam leaving Pier 47 2 minutes after the blast. Who were you meeting?
Bluffing.
Try me.
Fine, I carried the package. That's it.
I believe we get a night off.
Yeah, no crime scenes, just lights and you.
I could get used to that. To a case closed and a night open.
I'll drink to that.
Made this from an old badge chip. Thought you'd like it.
It's beautiful, Albert.
You already got it.
And say it.
Kill Rovan.
Rovan, you ran a crate of isotope 9 through sector 6. Where is it?
I don't move that kind of
Stop
heat.
lying. Where's the drop?
Go to hell.
That was the polite version. Next time it won't be my hand. It'll be...
Wow. Jesus Christ. Ego says Abby is doing sci-fi flicks now. Yeah, it's Ego, if you ever, like I said, if you ever saw the movie Blade Runner, with Harrison Ford, it's like that. It's like Blade Runner. Days was interesting. And yet it was random, right? Like people's so now you go on Terminator. Hey, listen, you got to get answers. Okay, he's gonna get answers one way or the other, regardless of how he gets it. Dude said that was the polite version. Wow. Okay. Yep. 80s sci-fi. Yes. Give me an idea, Sean. Give me an idea. Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd was funny. They killed off Peter Blake. Well, not really. Not really, but like, no, they didn't kill him off. They didn't kill him off. Liz got some deadbeat kids. Aiden with Lucky's basically full-time now. Cameron chose his girlfriend over his mom, and Jake chose his friend over Jason and Liz. Ariana says, I watched the original Blade Runner a couple years ago because of you and your brilliant sci-fi. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Like, I'm not gonna lie, after like doing some of those like videos, I kind of want to sit there and watch Blade Runner again. I haven't watched it in years. So like now I actually want to sit there and watch it. I've seen both of them. I've seen the first one and the second one years ago. Now I feel like we have to kind of like watch them somewhat back to back. Otherwise, they don't really. I saw it when it first came out, and it's in my top 5 long. Yeah, I definitely want to sit there and watch that again. I like those type of like dystopian, futuristic kind of like stories. Yeah, Sean, it's definitely on my list. Definitely on my list. Monique says, never seen Blade Runner the full movie. Every time I try to watch it, I have to work or I'm too tired. Yeah. SSG's characters that don't exist. TJ, Avery, Leo, Georgie, Aiden, Kai's parents, Amy, Chip, that was his, yep, and Jake and Cameron. You know, this is what I was going to sit there and say, Jonathan. So supposedly Stefan is dead, right? And let me tell, okay, this is what I was going to sit there and say. I honestly tell you, Monique, I feel that way a lot. I feel like that with a lot of movies in a sense. No, they didn't do a remake. They did a sequel, like 30 years later on. Because, like, that movie came out in the 80s, and Blade 2 came out like 20, Blade Runner 2 came out like 2017 or something. So, here's my thing. If they really killed, okay, if they really killed off Stefan, that would be super lame, right? Like, first of all, it's Vivian. So we know that most likely they didn't, she didn't die, he didn't die because she kidnapped him to take him away from Gabby. Was the sequel with her? Yeah, I think it was, but it wasn't, right? Like they practically sat there and said like it was a new timeline. So like it wasn't necessarily a remake. They just it was very convoluted, if that makes sense. Think of the I don't know if you watched Dragon Ball Z, but think of it that way. Think of it like the Trunks timeline. Like it didn't really matter what he did. It didn't matter if he went back to the past because his future was already fucked. If that actually makes sense. Like Rick says, I hope Stephen returns, and I don't think for a second he's dead. I think he'll be back by 2027. Yeah, with a new actor. So here's my whole thing. I don't know if that makes sense, Monique. Like if you watch Dragon Ball Z, but like I think that was just more of a. I think that was just more of a. Like an alternate time. So okay, and I keep getting interrupted. But yes, I mean I don't think he's dead either, Spider Quake. But because like I said, it was Vivian that kidnapped. It was Vivian that kidnapped Stefan. But remember not that long ago when they killed off Olivia? And when they killed off Olivia, they did it off screen. That was that was Ava's sister, Ava's half sister, and Julia half sister. They killed her off screen. And honestly, tell you the truth, like I think even the actress had a problem with that. The actress, she was also on One Life to Live, da 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 da. Have a good night, Sean, and yes, happy Merry Christmas to you. And yes, I'll sit there and see you on Friday. So I don't think that they well, like I said, Vivian already kidnapped Stephanie. So was good, Tiffany. It's been 13 months and Kai's only treating his boyfriend with no character development with himself or giving their relationship a real go at being something to watch. Yeah, they didn't bother. They didn't bother. We still don't know beyond exactly, and that's the thing, right? Ariana, Ariana, Ariana. Um, let's be honest, and I said this shit before. Kai was brought in to sit there and be Trina's boyfriend, or somebody said her emotional support or whatever. Now, Jonathan, is that just optimism talking? Like you hope that's going to happen, or you think it's more possible that it happens? I'm not saying that they're saying that it won't, but like, also, I'm not gonna lie, it was just so random that it was Peter in a sense. Like, don't really watch Days or Beyond the Gates. All I know is the Damaris got kidnapped on Beyond the Gates. Haley's trying to kill Bill. Leslie being her usual self. Pretty much, yeah, that sums it up. That sums it up exactly. Listen, I would never tell people to stop watching Beyond the Gates, but I would never sit there and tell people, yo, you need to watch that show. You need to watch Beyond the Gates. Like, I wouldn't even tell my dad that shit. God just shows us space filler. I mean, come on. Yeah, exactly. He is there to be Trina's boyfriend. That's all his purpose is. Now, I will sit there and say this about Trina because I've been on Trina's neck for a hot minute. I am glad that she did apologize to Jordan. Okay? I don't think that Jordan should have been so forgiving, but like she apologized to Jordan. Here's my issue with the young adults in these shows. One second, Ed. I I don't like when they start coming after the older characters. Characters that experienced life and loss and things of that nature. And having somebody like Trina who is naive as fuck, acting as though people are they can't make mistakes or anything like that. They're perfect. I can't believe you sat there and lied. Yeah, she's a fucking adult. She lies at times. She's not perfect. Trina, who apparently never made a mistake in her fucking life, but yet you love to sit there and start judging and doing those other shit. Like, girl, go sit down. Uh, Ed says, I agree with you about Stella and Marshall switching up on Jordan and Stella can sit down because if Portia came, what was she gonna do? Exactly, it's half her house. Like, oh well, you better not come here. What? Girl, you don't own shit here. Monique said Trina needs to stay out of grown folks' business. Exactly. Listen, we all been sitting there saying that shit since jump. And every time she's been coming at Jordan, she's upset with Portia. I was like, girl, you can sit your ass down somewhere. Ariana says, yes, Trina can sit on her perfect chair with her perfect ass. Yeah. Boston Girl says, hard to believe Josh and Trina are the same age. The maturity is night and day. Johnson says the actor who plays Peter only made a short stint on Days and is leaving soon. Yeah, I mean, like I said, here's my whole thing with Peter, right? He came in and like, okay, I'm the person that kidnapped everyone. I came after you, Theo, because you were running the company, and Chad, you're a Demera, so I came after you, and EJ, you're a bastard, and Tony, I don't know, and I'm just gonna sit there and kill y'all for revenge and years of misery and da 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 da. And again, for me coming in there and watching the show, I'm just like, what the fuck? It wasn't even so much of a waste, Jonathan. Yes, it was a waste. They listen, as much as I love Days of Our Lives, they have sat there and botched characters, right? It just seemed like his craziness just kind of just came out of nowhere. It's like, all right, we need to sit there and try to wake people up. So we'll have this story where one Demera traps a bunch of other Demeras and then threatens to kill them for various reasons of like, okay, you're a bastard and you people are greedy and this, that, and the third, and I want to kill y'all. And you're just kind of like, what the fuck? Like, on one hand, I'm like, okay, I get it. Days just getting a little kind of stale on some level, but listen, I've learned to take decent episodes as wins, right? I've learned to accept the fact that not every episode is going to be a banger. It's just not, okay. But I guess the power that be was just like, whoa, we got to wake people up. So let's just have this one Demare come in there and just start acting crazy. I heard theories of how Peter could return. This wasn't one of them. Oh, you had theories of how Peter could return. This wasn't one of them. You know, that's a really good question, Jay Blue. Is there a new episode on Friday? Chat, Jonathan, Ed, is there a new episode? What's good, Kaiwan? I've been drinking, so I'm not even gonna bother to sit there and read whatever it is that you wrote. Not into Monday. Oh, okay. Thank you, Valerie. Jack had to smoke for Chosen Adam for publishing that article, but none for Nikki. Yeah, there will be a new episode. No, well, Valerie says not gonna be a new episode to Monday. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna have to sit there and look. I'm gonna have to sit there and look. Also, them not reacting, reaching out to Peter was weird because they did bring up from time to time when their mother came back. Kristen never mentioned him being upset. Hmm. Yeah, Jonathan. I mean, I figured Thursday and Friday, but Jonathan. I'm talking about General Hospital. Is General Hospital gonna be on Friday? That's what I'm wondering. I know Days is gonna be on Thursday and Friday. Oh, won't be back on to Monday. Okay. Ooh, good luck with that, broski. Good luck with that. I'll kick that chick out my stream for a reason. So, thank you, Jonathan. Yeah. I think for anyone that watches YNR, I think tomorrow's gonna be an old episode. Tomorrow's gonna be an old episode, obviously. I don't know about Friday though. I think Friday. I'm wondering if Friday's gonna be a new episode of YNR. I don't know what the fuck they were doing on B&B. Justin says, Albert, I think Willow is going to seduce Chase to hurt Brooklyn just because she thinks she was jealous of her in 2021. That's okay. That's interesting. Okay, this yes, there will be new episodes scheduled for Friday 26th according to Google. Hmm. Well, yeah, Jonathan. I mean I knew Christmas they were going to be on. I'm talking about Friday. All right, you know what? Fuck this. Let's just hold on. I'm not ignoring anyone. I promise. I wanna. Okay, my members know who this is. So for the non-members, I answer that in 1 second. For my non-members, who is that? I'm sorry. I gotta sit down and see if there's a new episode. I get like half of the stream since they're saying it is, the other half of the stream saying it's not. I'm like fuck this. I have like a fucking guide. Um, I'm like fuck it. I'm not ignoring anyone, but I need to see something. Yeah, for all my non-members, who is that? Members, yeah, I know who that is. Oh, okay. Nope. G just knew on Friday. Okay, cool. Yep, I just looked. Jace will actually be on Friday. Yeah, I just looked on my what's good, Michelle? I remember his face. I just don't remember the character he played. Okay, my members, you can sit there and say who it is. And say which scene it was in. I mean, and say which show it's on. Um, or what? Eh, oh, it's all good, Michelle. There you go. It was okay, and it was okay. Paul from another world, right? No, bro, you were in the stream with us, and you were in the stream with us. What are we talking about? I was just sitting there saying, what's a good time, yeah? Okay, well, all right, that's close enough. Yes, it's Paul Mendez. No, no, it's cool, Ed. It's cool. I was like, I don't remember being drunk. I was like, nah, Ed, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. And I'm pretty sure everybody, you know what? Who's, who's this girl on the Cold War? That's the stepdad, right? Right, Jonathan? Nah, Ed, it's cool. I was just messing with you, my guy. Yep. Yeah, very old. Her bio dad was there with this crazy ass with saying, I just love you, babe. That's his bio dad. Wait, I'm sorry. Jonathan, are you sitting there telling me that Paul Mendez was Nicole's bio dad? Bro, you know that he got her into, he's the reason why she became, um, Misty Circles. Oh my goodness, that dude's a scam. It is hard to believe. I mean, Jonathan, oh, don't get me wrong. Like, even if that was like a stepdad or a foster dad, that would still be a scummy thing to do. That was her actual father. I mean, that was her fucking bio dad. Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me take this picture off. Okay, one more. One more. Now, who's that guy? It is, Jonathan. Because here's the thing, though. Like, I was like, okay, you know, that's a stepdad or whatever. I mean, that's still some shitty. That's still a shitty thing to do, but like, god damn, bro. Yep. And of course, both of y'all are right. What's good, Jeannie? How you doing tonight, Jeannie? All right. I'm going to do something. Yeah, that's what I sound like. Oh, Sika. Sika. A cicade. 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 Post on Instagram of her and Emma hanging out and how she's doing so. Okay, I gotta check that out. Thank you, Ed. Ooh, okay, that's loud. I gotta check that out. CK. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm really bad as far as pronouncing names. And I also been drinking. But yeah, I still apologize for that. Um anyway. Yeah, I gotta check that out. CK. Okay. Okay. Low. Trust this bitch back up. But yeah, I gotta see what's going on with it now. I mean, here's the thing. For a holiday episode, which usually I'm not a fan of those because like they tend to be more filler and fluff than anything else. I don't think this was a bad episode for a holiday episode goes. But yeah, GH is going to be on Friday, so I am assuming GH and actually pretty much all the shows are going to be on Friday. The only one that's going to be on Thursday is going to be Days of Our Lives. CK says, I know people mispronounce my name all the time, but you got it right. CK, thank you. I'm just like I said. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm really bad as far as pronouncing names. Um. Oh, CK. Okay, CK. Yeah, that's why I always have my guy Jonathan helps me out. Jonathan pretty much is my right hand guy. I said Julie still pissed me off when she talked about the Damaris family or anybody else. See, and that's another thing. Listen, and Rihanna, that's my girl right here. Um, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been probably mispronouncing her name for way too damn long. And I am so sorry. I am so sorry. And she is one of my OGs. She is one of my OGs. I don't think it's K. I think it's Kai. Oh, Kai. Like Kai. Okay. You know, I've never really been a fan of Julie. Um, I've just never been a fan of Julie. Yeah, I just, I just like, I don't even, oh, K, not Kai, K. So CK. I'm not gonna lie, I looked at this cup and I looked at the screen and I could have swore that this cup was like a yellow fucking dragon. I don't know why, but I looked at this cup and it looked like a yellow. Say you're good, your expressions. uh, I know, I still feel bad. Rhymes with oh, ka, Sika, Sika. Jesus Christ. Okay, Sika. Jesus. Especially when she used to call I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, see, that's the thing, though, right? Like, she probably used to sit there and call her that shit like in the early '90s, early. Thank you, Sika. She used to sit there and do that shit like in the early two. I bet you she used to do that shit in like the early 2000s, right? Because I feel like if she would have sat there and called her Chica now, people would have been like, "Whoa, like, whoa, that's the thing though. Like, people would have sat there and said that she was racist, and I don't know if you could define that as a racist. I think that would just be like that would be out of pocket. Oh, oh, I was trying to sit there and give homegirl a pass and say, "Oh, it was probably 2005," and John said, "No, it's 2018, 2010, 2015." So, oh wow, oh that's bad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of wondering that the fucking internet slam her character for that. I mean, listen, I don't think that any race should be sitting there calling, a Latin woman chica, right? But see, I look at that again, like, and not to sit there and get off topic, but like, I don't know, if, like, it would definitely be out of pocket, right? But would you consider that to be like racist? I don't know. Have a good night, Jay Blue. Thank you for joining. It was great to have you as always. It's something. Not racist, but it's something. As she had an episode when Julie finally realized she was out of pocket for that. I was like, took you long enough. Wow. Okay. I mean, listen, at least she did apologize for that. But yeah. And Johnson said Julie actually apologized to Gabby for seeming coming off as racist, but she still hates. Well, yeah, you can hate her. That, you know what it was like? I remember, and this was when I was watching the show. She said something about, it was something about, she said, touching a black girl's hair, right? And I think it was Paulina that had to sit there and explain to her why touching a black girl's hair was out of pocket. And here's the thing, and I'm gonna be completely fucking honest. I don't understand how that's a problem. I mean, I think it's a problem because you're in somebody's personal space, and maybe that'd be like touching anybody's hair. It's like calling them a pet or whatever. But I did, and the thing is, they didn't even explain it. They explained it to her off camera, and then they came back and was like, "Oh, okay, now I understand why touching a black woman's hair is wrong." And I'm like, "Did you share that with the rest of the class? Because like I don't know." I remember that. I think Eli's mother was in that episode. Yes, thank you. Yeah, and then she was like, "Okay, well, let me explain why." And then it was almost like a little flip card thing, and it was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, now I understand why." I was like, "Oh, that's good," because I don't. I was like, "I don't." You wanna you wanna explain it to the rest of us? But okay, all right. I don't want to sit there and take it too off topic. I will have to ask that to someone at some point, though. But that is definitely not a conversation I want to sit there and have here. I mean, I kind of want to know the answer to that, but yeah. What a day. Hmm. Well, also, thank you everyone for joining now. Like, I wasn't even too sure if I was going to be able to actually do a stream. Like I said, it was busy as fuck, and I ain't get home till late. I mean, watching all the shows was almost like Mission Impossible in a sense. Luckily, I do get a chance to watch Days of Our Lives in the morning before I start work. And it was actually kind of a good thing because I actually had to start earlier than I was expected to. So, and I knew that was going to happen too. I knew that was going to happen. Yo, let me get here really early because I know there's going to be one dumb fuck that's not going to come in on time. They're like, oh, could you come in early? I'm like, I did that today. Can I finish my drink first? I was like, I still got to get caffeinated before I deal with all y'all bitches. Like, Gage was interesting yesterday. What happened yesterday? I knew I should have sat there and what made it so interesting yesterday? As says I saw Dave's promo and I don't care for Brady and Sarah because that won't end well. And where is Sean and JJ? Sean has been. That's a damn good question. And JJ, people who sat there and always wondered like why did they bother to bring JJ back, other than to be Theo's emotional punching bag. Oh, the court stuff. Yes, the court stuff. And this is which fucked me sideways, which brings me to my damn title. Thank you. You think Jennifer will still take the kids with? I mean, I don't think much have changed. I mean, listen, regardless of him being kidnapped or not, I still think change. I just still think things haven't really changed. Portia confessed everything in the witness stand at Willow's trial. Yo, let me. Okay, thank you, CK. Um, she better not sit there and blame Alexis for that. And Alexis should not sit there and feel bad for Portia having to admit that stuff because my whole thing is like, well, girl, you don't want to sit there and have an affair. Nobody told your dumbass to sit there and start hopping on Isaiah's joystick or whatever. Like, nobody told you to do that. You did that. You're like, please don't make me. No, girl. Don't be upset with her. You did it. Like, I think, and then my whole thing was like, at the end, she got a letter basically sent there saying that Michael was near the house and Tracy lied. She perjured herself on the stand. She lied, right? This is from the mystery person who I thought was Martin. And granted, it can still be Martin. There was somebody in that room that was there literally watching both of those two talk. Lex needs to take Drew to court for visitation because she has a strong case for Drew. Keep the family away from. Yes. Now, yes, yeah, absolutely. Besides, there's rules, there's laws to sit there and protect grandmothers as far as um as far as that is concerned. I mean, that's what Nina was that they're using. So, like, what are we doing? You did mention that it was Martin HD stupid. He used a processor D. Aaron says, "Listen, Drew wouldn't come at me like he did Alexis. I would be like, get a new attorney, or I will see Scott." Yes, and it's funny. Somebody else said that. I think it was Monique that actually said that earlier in the stream. Yeah, I did. I didn't get a chance to actually um watch news clipping of it, but I was like, "The fuck?" I was like laying down there, I saw it, and I was like, "Call it, dude. What? What?" And life can be crazy at times, Egon. Life can seriously be just like batty as shit. Oh, shit, man. To pretty much Paul Walker. You mean like he was speeding and everything like that? Because I mean that's what I heard. Like he was going faster than he should have, and yeah, like make smart decisions. Yeah, I never really knew the details. I knew what Paul Walker was. I could be wrong. He was driving. Yeah, I'm a. There's two things I gotta sit down and watch tonight. I gotta see the trailer for the new Avengers movie, and the passenger got tossed. That's kind of like what happened to the yellow Power Ranger. The yellow Power Ranger's friend, she got tossed in the car, and I think she wound up becoming like paraplegic. I can't pronounce the name, but you know the Power Ranger Jake. Was Martin, he is stupid to use a process server agent that can be traced back to him. Oh, Caden. Okay, what's good, Caden Clark? Yeah, you remember that, Eagle. And so Drew is acting like a petty child because he's not a lawyer. He acts like he don't know the basic of how court works. You know, and that's the thing though, right? Like again, even Willow was like, yo, listen, you can't do that. You can't sit there and block access and scout from seeing her grandmother. Like, come on. Like even Willow was like, ah, you doing too much. You're doing way too much, bro. And that's the thing, though. I'm like, see, that's the thing. I didn't feel bad for Portia. Alexis exposed Drew, and now she has a chance to get. Yes, yeah, exactly. And I should tell you, I hope she does. You know, in the beginning, I was like, I'm not really a fan of a parent being separated from the child, but in Drew's case, no, 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 no. Oh, and the whole dine and dash, and we didn't even fucking talk about that, but you know, the whole dine and dash thing with Jason Smith and being like, yeah, Brett, I'll take you, but Brad, his ass would sit there and stay put. Yeah, that's how most of the fans are. Even. Yeah, it's a pretty shitty thing to do. In all reality, it is. It's shitty. Um, so I think when Scout gets older, she's gonna be like every other like lifetime movie or whatever when they resent their fathers um for just being this maniac of a dick and everything. Billy's kid turns into a teenager in 3 months on YNR. I think he's probably always been weren't they little kids like 4 months ago? You know, here's well, I was at there and say at least we actually get to sit there and see Billy's kids. When was the last time you saw Lily's kids? CK's Britt and Brad dining and dashing. I mean, it's funny for us to watch. It's not funny for the actual servers. Because that here's the thing, that bill comes out of their pockets, which I gotta sit there and say it's like just another reason why, like, unless I absolutely had to and there was no other job I can sit there and give, only then would I be a waiter. Because that actually happens. If they dip out on you like that, guess who's paying for that meal? You are. So it's like basically Smith is saying you're supposed to be security at that point. And it says also like you said, Alexis forgot she's a lawyer. Why are the writers playing it like she already? I remember. Here's the thing. I remember her Smith saying that she was going to try to sue. And then she got all Debbie Downer about it, like, oh, I probably can't win. And, he's the biological father and this, that, and the third. I'm like, I think you need to sit there and revisit that shit. That's the thing, though. Yeah, like, it's a fucked up thing. And, granted, it's not like service really make a lot of money anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's not like servers make a lot of money anyway. They got to sit there and deal with rude ass people. I mean, you have to deal with rude ass people when you're in customer service, but like when it comes to us food, for some odd reason, it's worse. And then for most places, you are surviving on tips, which I don't like the idea that they try to put it on more on the customers as opposed to the job paying them a fair wage. Again, not to sit there and like get away from what we're talking about, but like that's literally how it is. It's like, oh well, we're gonna pay you a little bit of money and we want you to survive off tips. Dolomatics, what is good? With Alexa, she can hire Rick, Diane, Marco at this point to handle Joan. I mean, well, that's the thing. She could, but she's also Alexa. Let me tell you something. Alexis is a good ass lawyer. She may be an annoying character at times. The actress may be, well, you know, but like as far as her being a lawyer, she's a good ass lawyer. I don't honestly think that she can benefit from having Diane or Rick and everything like that. But like I think that she's more than capable of doing it herself. People always sit there and act like Diane's like the creme of the creme or whatever. Now, if you tell you the truth, I think Alexis is actually just as good as Diane. I do. Diane gets a lot of shine, but that's only because Alexis stopped representing her. Stopped representing her. But those are just my thoughts. Hmm. Facts. Facts. You're absolutely right. You are, and it was bad. Like it was bad. I was like, no, 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 no. I've been watching this show for a long time. She knows her shit. I mean, I think they were trying to go with the whole, well, doctors make the worst patients and lawyers make the worst whatever. We should do a live comparing soap lawyers one day. That'd be interesting. And what's good, Big Nate? I know your name is Money Mac, but I'm still always gonna call you Big Nate though. Best of the worst. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Exactly. She's a capable lawyer. I will give her her props because she may not have many, but the ones she does have, I will give her her props. Like I will give homegirl her props. Justin on days is the worst. That man will have you get 20 years for a parking ticket. What do y'all think of Scotty? What do y'all think of Scotty as a lawyer? What do y'all think of Scott Baldwin? As of watching your Xander Smith stream, I wish I was watching back in the early 2000s, but I'm glad I started in 2009 after when Michael got sent to prison. Scotty's good. DK said Alexis was Sonny's lawyer way before Diane. Yeah, she was, and she was a good ass lawyer. She was a good ass lawyer. We stopped really seeing a lot of her stuff because she was like, I can't represent Sonny anymore. Here's the thing. Xander Smith was a very interesting character. He had a tragic story in a sense, you know. He had a tragic story. I was sit there and saying. Dominic says Scotty is a clown. 90 Scott, yes, but wouldn't want to have represented me after 2010. Well, yeah, exactly. CK, yeah, I mean, listen, we nickname him Slick Rick for a reason. Okay, like dude knows his stuff. Guy was also known as a good lawyer before they made him an ambulance chaser. It's like Lucy was a good character until you started making her a dingbat. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You go back to my member stream. You watch some of that stuff. Hell, you even watch her on Poor Charles, and she was better than what they made her now. Like seriously, let's just be real for a hot minute. By the way, did anyone hit the like button? Because I haven't been sitting there saying that, and I totally forgot to sit there and say it at the beginning of the damn stream. But since there's like 30 people up in the stream, where are we with the likes? Okay, so we got 15 likes and we got 35 people in the chat. Domex says I'd rock with Sloan. I felt like she's shady enough that I could trust her to get me clean. Yes. Ooh, Melinda Trash. Trash. Totally forgot about her, Jonathan. But she's not exactly a good prosecutor. She's not a good prosecutor. And she's fucked up more cases than she's actually won. EJ is also a good lawyer. That's actually very true, Jonathan. I feel like EJ is a good lawyer. He's a very aggressive lawyer. As Scotty got to redeem himself when he appears, when he represented Trina and her, yep, and Liz too, yep. CK says, I remember Lucy on Poor Charles being a yep, she was a vampire slayer, just like Jonathan said. Mickey Horton back in the day was terrible. Homeboy got Sammy. What the fuck? Dolomag said Mickey Horton back in the day was horrible. Homeboy got Sammy a lethal injection. Holy shit. God damn. Michael Bowen is a great CK. Michael Bowen is a great lawyer. Michael Bowen isn't just a lawyer. Exactly, Jonathan. He's a fixer. And of course, this is why I always sit there and say Jonathan is the Michael Baldwin in the chat. It is exactly. He is the Michael Baldwin in the chat. Dominic say he was the original Justin. Damn. Yeah, no, Michael Baldwin is great. I would definitely want to have Michael Baldwin on my fucking side. Ooh, okay. Ed says Ted Delgado, Nora Buchanan, and Evangelo. Yes. I didn't really get to sit there and see a lot of Evangela, which we got to do a Evangela night at some point. I've seen Nora. Nora's actually pretty good. I haven't seen Taya. Johnson says, is it too early to put a verdict on Bill Hamilton or Naomi Hamilton? We have never seen him in action. That's the problem. We've never seen him in action. We hear about them. We hear Bill talking about the law, and he sounds educated. Same thing with Naomi. But like we've never seen him in Bell Black. That's true. Bell Black is actually pretty good. Mel Buchanan also won against Diane. Oh shit. Noah Buchanan also won against Diane representing Valentine on GH. Bill Hamilton too. Bill is good. He doesn't have to go to court. That's his move. He makes stuff disappears. Yeah, favored and stuff like that. But still, we want to see this man. We want to sit there and see this man in action. I don't think that Beyond the Gates would probably afford a court scene, but that's an entirely another case. We got listen, Ab. We got to fuck. I keep saying we got to do a tea night. We got to do a tea night, and I haven't fucking wrote it down. It was good, Deluxe. Damn, Deluxe has been a minute since I've seen you. How have you been? There's another good long one before you started watching. His name was Vance Abrams. Hmm. Don't even get me started on Beyond the Gate course set. I live in I live in Georgia. I looked it up. They could rent a great court. They can rent a great looking court set for $1,000 a day. CK said Jack Montgomery was a great lawyer. Yep, from all my children, I've been good. I've been busy. I've been good. I've been good, Deluxe. I've been good. It's good to see you. It's been a while. It's been too long. As said, Christina, Michael, Heather, and Wynard was good lawyers. We've seen Christina in action. Haven't seen Michael in action, but like he just seems like you know what? I got to give it back to Don. Like he seems like he fixes problems before they even go to court. Um, I have to take your word on Heather. I haven't seen her in court. Of course, they killed her off, so I don't know if it was the actress' choice to leave or not. I'm not gonna lie. I still sit there and think about Damien, right? Like they just straight up. And the thing is, like they murdered both people, right? Like they killed off Damien, and they killed off Chance. And with Chance, we know that Chance was going to Days of Our Lives, so it was like, okay, fine, whatever. But Damien, they just said, nah, fuck that, you gotta go, bitch. And they just kicked his ass right off. CK said Amanda was better than Heather and Christina to me. Amanda St. Clair. Sam Rappaport. There you go, Jonathan. It's a good one. Yeah. Domac says, which is easy because they had Andre wearing $1,000 polo when he first started. If they sent the wardrobe department to TJ Maxx, they can afford a set. I love it. I love it. Yeah, Nick Gates needs to do a choreography because it's almost yeah. I mean, they need to do a lot of things, but yes, they damn sure need to do a lot of things. Liz Corby from All My Children. There you go, Dominic's Justice Ward, which is another character we gotta sit there and do. Doreen, how you doing tonight? It's good to see you. Let's everyone welcome Doreen Floyd. I would drink more, but I have to wake up early. Um, since my family starts Christmas really early. So unfortunately, I will only be having one drink. Yeah, Justice Ward. Do you think Johnny's going to visit his father now that he's back? I would hope so. I would hope so. If Chanel would sit there and let him have let him off the leash for a little bit. I feel like on some level he will almost be too afraid. Like I went to go visit my father, and Chanel would sit there and start her usual. Belmax says Gia is a lawyer now too. She's a lawyer now. Okay. Listen, first of all, I would just welcome her back after watching like some of the classic scenes or whatever. I would welcome back Gia in a fucking heartbeat. I would so welcome back Gia. I would personally want the other one to play her. Um, Not that I don't even, the sad thing is I don't even remember that there was another person that took over the Gia role. Yep, that's right. Jonathan Carter is a lawyer. Darby says how big will that one drink be? Darby, how the hell are you? And says Johnny is a waste of the merit because he starts off great as the playboy. He started off great as the playboy, yeah. And she was inspired to become one before she left because of Alexis and Taggart. Oh, you're right. And Justin Barber, yep. Justin Barber, yep. And you're right, Dallam. Actually, I remember that because she worked as a paralegal. She was a paralegal. It was a couple of times that she kind of got in trouble because there was one instance where she pretended that she was somebody's lawyer. I remember reading that. Yes, Darby. Merry Christmas in like 2 hours. Merry Christmas Eve, Dom. She needs to come back to flush out the Taggart family, and they should bring Taggart back. Also, yeah, they should bring Taggart back. Dude still sitting there drinking over a goddamn bridge somewhere. Like, bring that man back home, please. Immigration laws have no, that's what's up. Good for her. Shit. Bring that chick. I mean, I know that the actress is on Boston Blue. Yes, he does, Ed. Even if it's the Dollar Tree version. All right. Dollar Tree version. Oof. You know, just to come in for some context and stuff, I'll take it. I would prefer the original one, but I'll take it just because like I feel like she needs, you know, where is Tiger? He's not the father, so kick rocks, yep. I don't either, Ed, but I feel for like just for story purposes, like because she doesn't talk about Tagger, she doesn't talk about the last time she talked to Tagger, visit Tagger, spend time with Tagger, or anything like that. And like Dominic said, her forever dad. Of course, the way Trina acts, she probably wouldn't recognize her. It's not like she remembers her forever dad. What happened to Trina's father anyway? That's a damn good question. I mean, Genius doesn't do this too often, but when they drop the ball, it's hard. The last time we saw him, he was drinking heavily. But no, I agree with you on that. They need they need to bring in a strong actor to replace her. I agree with that, Ed. I totally agree with that. And Johnson says, "What happened to Trina's forever? What happened to Trina's always forever?" Yeah, exactly. My ass. I know her age is off, but there is this actress named Heather. Always felt will be a great Gia recast. All right, let's check her out. Me too. Let me check out what he's talking about. Though. Hold on. I'm not gonna lie, she's somewhat of a baddie. Hellcats, okay. That's the one that was produced by Tom Welling, right? I'm not ignoring anyone, I promise. I need to see something before I have a minute. Alright. I think this is good. Just give me 1 second. I just wanna She was also on Roswell, New Mexico. Yeah, Jonathan. I watched like three. I think I watched like 3 episodes of that, and I was like, nah. I had to check out from that show, but I did used to sit there and love that time. Yeah, I remember that. And I remember he produced the show. Yeah, but I'm like, okay, got it. She was good in Hellcats, and even though I know Tyler Perry stuff is rough watch, she was great, and loving you is wrong. I'm gonna show y'all who. Like I was looking up pictures of her, and for some odd reason they like detoured me somewhere else. Show. I'm not ignoring anyone. I promise. So this is who Dolomitics is talking about as far as replacing or bringing in her as Geo. So this could be like a possible recast of Geo if they was to bring in her. Yeah, and after he was sniffed there drinking. So yeah, this is but yeah, she was on Hellcats. I never watched it personally, but yeah. Um, but yeah, this just to that comment. This is why we always sit there and say, "Oh, tag us somewhere drinking under a bridge," because that's literally what we last saw him doing was him drinking. Okay. All right, I'm gonna end the stream here because unfortunately I do gotta wake up kind of early. But I will be back on Friday. We'll have fun Saturday. Member stream. You know how we do. Um, and yeah, we have a lot of fun. So I'll be back on Friday. We'll sit there and hang out, chill, have a good time. And yeah, look out for those shorts because I'm going to be putting those out every day as well. So definitely check them out. Definitely share them because that has been helping so much. Yes, with that being said, I'm going to go. I wish everyone a happy holidays tomorrow. If you celebrate, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festus. If you just celebrate Festus, then, happy Festus or whatever. And, yeah. CK, it was really great to see you. Thank you for joining. All the new people that joined tonight, it was really good. Have a good night, Have a good night, Dolomedics. Have a good night, Deluxe. Have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, Jeanette. Have a good night, Jeanette. And yeah, let me have a good night, Ed. Let me get a screenshot of that. I want to see what you're talking about, so this way I could. There we go. I'll try to look up a picture and show y'all next time of who Jonathan Smith is talking about. Thank you, Dollar Have a great night. Have a great night, Jeanette. Thank you for joining. Dude, Vass. Oh, Vass. Okay, Denise Vass. Okay, all right. I'll look her up. Thank you, CK. Thank you for joining. Max, have a Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festus, and let me take this. It's like I put this up and then I totally forget to take it off. There we go. Yes, have a good night, everyone. There we go. Johnson says, good night. Join us next time for another edition of Soul Chat with Ivan Bostic. Thank you, Jonathan. I gotta upload something else too. Johnson says, Merry Christmas. Everyone hit the like button. Just hit that like button. Okay, hit that like button because it does help. Okay. Circulates me as far as recommended channels and recommended videos. So hitting the like button is not just a vanity thing. Like it really actually helps out the channel. So good night everyone, and I'll sit there and see you on the next stream, which will be Friday. Laters.